360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint
and Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Retired Supreme Court Judge William Atuguba criticizes the Apex Court's May ruling on Gyakye Quayson's ineligibility to serve as a Member of Parliament.
Also coming up, with no proper place to sleep, government is yet to take a decision on whether or not to relocate victims and Pond Dam spillage.
Also tonight, we'll explore factors that both influence New Patriotic Party delegates to vote for a particular candidate in its upcoming presidential primary.
Later in business, Ghana's insurance inclusion rate reaches 29%, driven by the growth in the micro-insurance market.
On the international front, UN's agency looking after Palestinian refugees warns of potential end to its aid work in Gaza Strip.
Thank you for staying with us. The details of our stories. Now remember, we are live around the world on 3news.com. That's our website. We are also on Facebook and on DSTV. You're watching us on channel 279.
In the details tonight, residents in the Gemini community are still counting their losses as floodwaters have taken over major portions of the town, including homes and shops, leaving them with no proper place to sleep. My colleague Judith Brown gives us a sense of how displaced victims have been living for the past few weeks.
On no occasion did any member of the Gemini community envisage such an extent of havoc. Homes submerged, property lost and livelihoods destroyed in the floods. With over 1,000 displaced residents, many are struggling to find alternative means of survival or even a place to lay their heads. Till now, the community has not been provided with any safe haven. Hence, displaced residents have had to join other families or find a place to rent. And so we took a deeper look into the community. And what we discovered was indeed heart-wrenching. From a 5-bedroom apartment to an uncompleted building, this is the situation for a family of 14 that lost the entire home in the floods. Their home was submerged in water. Now, they have to all perch in this 1-bedroom apartment. And as you can see right here, it's untarred. It has no proper means of ventilation. There are some unwanted wood shavings right here as well. Clearly, the room is an entire mess. And what's more, these people have been asked to pay 2,000 cedis for a 2-year advance of rent.
The
owner refused to take 1-year advance rent. He asked for 2,000 cedis.
Joyce Vivo is a popular chop bar operator in the community and owner of a thriving cassava farm. Life for her now can be described as a pale shadow of her past.
My business
is destroyed and life is hard.
She now has to sacrifice quality sleep just to make sure her family can have at least the closest example of the life they once had. And from the look of things, this is not going as planned.
Some sleep on the veranda. The house has no window or tiles.
Just close by, we find another displaced family, Ethanam Nyotepe, and 6 of her children are currently sleeping in a 1-bedroom apartment with no electricity or potable water. Things are difficult because my work was destroyed in the floods. Without any form of work, she has to cough up 1,000 cedis for rent, which she's unable to afford. The stories are sorrowful for many, and if urgent help is not sent, residents of the Gemini community will continue to suffer the harrowing effects of the floods. Judith Brown, TV3 News.
Quite a sad story there. We're staying on it because flood-displaced residents sleeping in schools and makeshift structures will have to endure a bit longer. This is because government is yet to take a decision on whether or not to relocate those who've been affected permanently or put up more robust shelters to accommodate them. There's more in the following report, still by Judith Brown.
Over the past 2 weeks, victims of the Akosombo and Pong Dam spillage have called for government and donor assistance in resettlement efforts. The minority in parliament has proposed a relocation of victims to the stalled Saglemi housing unit despite its structural deficits. Deputy Minister for Information Fatimatu Abubakar at a media briefing indicated that tests are being conducted to determine if the affected areas are conducive enough for resettlement.
People are there testing the water. People are there. The Ghana Health Service have the regional and district directors conducting some tests to see whether the places affected are still habitable in the meantime whilst the spillage is happening, whether they are too contaminated that people have to be moved. It is that information that they will give to the center that will inform some decisions by the committee.
She clarified that the safe havens provided for victims are temporary and that if relocation is necessary, it will be communicated.
There are chiefs, there are leaders, there is so much involved in moving people from their social and cultural habitats, away from their property, away from their farms and all that. If the need arises for such a conversation in the future, we will still create the platform for us to have that conversation. But as it stands now, we haven't received any such advice from the health experts and other people on ground saying we should relocate.
The spillage of both dams, which began on September 15, has caused widespread destruction, submerging homes, businesses, and loss of livelihoods in various communities. Concerns persist about the ongoing spill, with many anticipating its end. Deputy CEO of Operations at the Volta River Authority, Edward Kenzo, stated that there will be no further increase in the spillage.
There will be no additional increase of spillage. We are tracking the data that is coming, and we are going to control the gate per the data that we receive. For knowledge, at least yesterday we had some drops in volumes, so at least we've managed the amount of water that we are spilling out now. We've cut off some volumes out of it.
The current situation has led to many communities being the primary victim. Judith Brown, TV3 News.
Well, since the spillage of the Akosombo and Pong dams, unfortunately, we haven't been able to hear from some constituencies. One of them is the Sojaman constituency, and we have been joined by a member of parliament for the constituency, Thomas Ampem Nyako. Good evening, Honorable, and thank you for joining us.
Good evening, and I'm happy to be here.
Tell us the extent of damage in the constituency. What's the situation right now?
As you and your listeners and viewers are aware, the Akosombo Dam is situated in our constituency. And so the beginning of all the problems started there. We agree that the Akosombo Dam, being an important national asset, must be protected. And so from time to time, VRA spills the excess water in order to protect the integrity of the dam. And so we all thought that this was one of the usual spilling that have happened in the past. Unfortunately, this was to be a different kind of spilling. And I think that VRA could not anticipate properly the amount of water that was coming into the reservoir. And so they did not get it right, the time to start spilling. On hindsight, I believe that they realize now that if they had started spilling earlier than they did and did it gradually like they have done previously, we wouldn't have had this extent of destruction that we have all seen today. So I believe that it is a lesson that we all should learn. I want to hope and pray that our engineers will be able to forecast appropriately with available data and know when to start spilling and what quantities to spill in order not to have this incident recurring in the future. But back to your question, I agree. I am thankful that in Esojamang, the extent of destruction is not as we have seen in other places. But there are some communities very close to the dam, like Habume and Kukontepeji, who have some structures made of mud close to the water that are all down because of the volume of water that came from the dam. And most importantly, all the fish farms, the cages that were in the water have been destroyed. And so people's investments are all down the drain. And that is the greatest problem that we have in Esojamang. We have, you know, Esojamang is noted for the very good tilapia that we all consume in all parts of this country. Unfortunately, people's individuals and some companies have their cages moved, in some cases 200 meters, in some cases about 1 kilometer away from where they were. The nets were torn, all the fishes have disappeared, and these are the challenges that we are facing there. I have also realized that there have been attempts by corporate Ghana and some individuals to support the affected persons. Unfortunately, I don't think these relief items are being coordinated properly. And so all attention are being driven to one area, leaving some other areas. So going forward, I want to see a well-coordinated attempt to make sure that every affected person is actually sorted out.
But are there,
also...
Right, Honorable, but are there some relief items that you currently need urgently?
Yes, the usual food and clothing and some mattresses will be good for our people, and water. Water in particular, because the Health Directorate has indicated that there is an outbreak of bilharzia in the area. And the statistics they have provided is quite alarming. That in 2021, we recorded about 15 cases of bilharzia. In 2022, it increased to 25. But as of last week, we had recorded about 75 cases of bilharzia in the area. And so by the end of the year, all things being equal, the number will go up.
Right. Honorable, hopefully these items get to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for speaking with us. Thomas Ampem Nyako is a member of parliament for Esojamang constituency.
In related development, government has announced plans to facilitate voluntary teaching and learning at Mepe as an immediate solution to educational challenges. But some educationists argue that it would not address the current problem. George Quinning was in Mepe and reports.
Mepe is one of the towns that have been devastated by the dam spillage. If you come here in person, you will know the extent of damage here. One of the major challenges here is educational. We want to tell the story and know what the plans are for the township. Over 300 teachers from Volta and Oti regions have been displaced, with over 70 schools closed and thousands of students affected. Educational activities in Mepe have nearly stalled, with voluntary teaching and learning as the only hope. 20-year-old Gertrude Nuchukwi, an SHS graduate of the Akachi Senior High School, was motivated to help students who were wasting their time due to their predicament, despite not being a professional teacher.
By 8, I gather the young ones, 3 years, no, 4 years below. They are within nursery and KG, so I handle them first. And when they are on break, then I teach those of the upper primary, as basic 1, 2, and 3.
Over the past week, her pupils have grown from 6 to 63. Gertrude is responsible for the lower primary, while Koku handles the upper primary. The Education Ministry is currently using this as an immediate measure to address MEPE's educational challenges.
What we need to do is to facilitate that process short term, so that they don't lose out. So now we're going to Accra, we're going to bring teaching and learning materials, bring in books and other things that they need, so that at least they can get some instruction going.
But for educationists at MEPE, the decision is not satisfactory.
They shouldn't be lying to us. It's a fallacy. If there could be any other thing that they should plan for, yes. But saying that we gather children to be teaching them under the trees, no. This community, about 10,000 students, and gathering about 120, saying that they are doing voluntary teaching. So how many voluntary teaching that will happen at a place that will even be okay?
The Education Minister predicts that once the opportunity for voluntary teaching and learning is created, the over 10,000 students at MEPE will likely attend.
I don't think there's any parent here who don't want to have their children at least learning, to take their mind off the tragedy. So I believe what we need to do is to begin to look at bringing the teaching and learning materials, and then the communication will step in for parents to come and take advantage of the opportunity that we are presenting short term.
In a presentation of 150,000 cedis by the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, together with the Teachers Fund to promote educational activities in the town, residents appealed for more support to restore their once thriving town. The association expects a clear roadmap from government to restore the educational prospects of the flood-hit town.
Whatever all of us can do to bring relief to the victims, we shouldn't hesitate at all. Let me use this opportunity to call on other philanthropists, NGOs, unions and associations to do everything within our power to relieve the victims in Volta and Oti region.
George Quenin, TV3 News, MEPE.
And here at Media General, we are asking for all well-meaning Ghanaians to donate and bring some assistance so we can help our brothers and sisters who have been caught up in this unfortunate plight. So if you come to our premises, we'll be happy to receive you with the many good items you would have brought to them. On to some other stories for you this evening. And retired Justice of the Supreme Court, William Atuguba, has criticized the Apex Court, describing its decision in the Gyakye Quayson case as scandalous. He contends that the court breached the fundamental legal principle in determining the matter.
The Supreme Court ruled on Gyakye Quayson's eligibility to serve as a member of Parliament in May. The decision led to the nullification of the 2020 Asin North parliamentary election results. At a forum organized by Solidaire Ghana, Justice Atuguba deemed the decision to be incorrect.
The James Gyakye Quayson's decision by the Supreme Court is, with all due respect, scandalous, in that the court, in the teeth of the settled maxim, res judicata et non quietem movere, re-adjudicated the same matter that has been adjudicated upon by the High Court on the merits. Never seen this type of thing in any judicial system. All that was left was its execution according to court processes. Again, the stress laid by the court on the statutory processes for acquisition and renunciation of citizenship shot itself in the foot. If the certificate of renunciation is so mandatory and conclusive, why was it not conclusive in its effect to qualify Gyakye Quayson when he received it dated 26 November 2020, whereas the parliamentary election was held on 7 December 2020?
He advocated for changes in the appointment process of judges in the country.
If the appointment process is transparent and genuine, such that good and competent legal materials get onto the bench, they have a reputation to protect, so they won't do certain things. But I appeal to the lawyers that they should have mercy for the country also. After making a lot of money over the years, now it should be time to come to the bench and serve the people. But not just money upon money upon money upon money.
Justices of the Supreme Court hardly speak when they are still in office. But when they're out of office, they shed off that cloak and have that power to make known their views on matters. That is what has happened here, where Justice Atuguba spoken his mind on contemporary legal and judicial issues. Duke Mento Opoku, TV3 News, University of Ghana, Legon.
Welcome to your Election Command Center. Vice President Dr. Bawumia has hit back on what he says are lies and attacks against his person ahead of the MPP's November 4 presidential primary. The Vice President and a leading contender in the November poll has come under a barrage of criticism, the latest by former flag bearer hopeful Professor Frimpong Boateng. Addressing delegates in the Tatale Sanguli constituency, Dr. Bawumia said they can't see their defeat, hence the attacks.
We are about to make history in our party and history in this country. Unfortunately, the way the results of the superdelegates came, many of our opponents are confused and they are seeing looming defeat on November 4th. And because of that, they've decided to adopt some new tactics. The new tactics is what? If you miss the ball, don't miss the man. That is the new tactics that they are adopting. And so, what is the tactics? They have decided to spread lies and to bring disunity amongst us and to create problems between chairmen and constituency executives with polling station executives and electoral area coordinators. They want to knock our heads together. So they have come with different lies. I'm hearing a lie every day as I am sitting down and watching what they are saying. They say I've given all constituency chairmen, 275 constituency chairmen, 100,000 Ghana cedis and a pickup. Have you seen any pickup here for your chairman? Chairman, this is just a ridiculous lie.
And certainly Dr. Bawumia there and clearly has also been putting out his position on what he has described as too many lies being said against him. So as we build up to the November 4 election, the New Patriotic Party is set to elect a flag bearer hopeful and says that they are making it being a delegate an enviable position. The recent monetization of Ghana's politics has made the internal party election period the cocoa season for many delegates. Ibrahim Abubakar spoke to some of the decision makers to find out what factors will influence their vote for a particular candidate.
Be valued among political party members, but in recent time, majority of card-bearing members aspire to be delegates. This is to enable them be part of the decision-making process on who becomes a leader of the party. Kwabne Nyame has been a delegate for almost 4 years. Though he said he decided to be a delegate for the love of the party, he admits benefiting a lot from it.
At least, my last born, or Maria Montessori.
We receive a lot of benefits. Personally, my livelihood has improved because of the opportunities I get for being a delegate. At least, I can now send my kids to the best of schools. I even own more than one car. For 66-year-old Amasewa, being a delegate for over 20 years has not brought any significant impact in her life. She appears to have given up on competence of aspirant and is now ready to sell her vote to the highest bidder.
Life is hard. I am unable to even eat fufu twice a day because of financial constraint. So for me, whoever pays the highest has my vote because we don't see them after votes. No one is ready to sacrifice for the country.
Mamiya's name has in recent times been expunged from the Subin delegate list. She indicated that the unjust act meted out to her and some other delegates has deprived them of their share of the political cake.
Because
as delegates, we are getting a lot of goodies, especially during election period like this. This would have been our cocoa season, but the incumbent MP for Subin has replaced our names with his cronies as delegates. This matter is still before the courts.
On November 4, over 200,000 delegates are expected to elect MPP's flag bearer for 2024. The four aspirants, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Kennedy Ejapon, Francis Adainimo, and Dr. Okoto Efriye, are all wrapping up their campaigns at different locations. Most delegates have made up their minds on who to vote for, whilst others are still yet to decide. For some, choosing a candidate who has a chance to retain the party in government is their priority.
I am voting for Bawumia because he keeps giving us hope that things would be better. In fact, he is the one to retain power for the MPP.
We are looking at someone who has sacrificed and served the party for a long time.
The decision will be made on November 4. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Kumasi. It's you.
Away from politics, Media General Group is still calling on the general public for support to help victims of the water spillage from the Akosombo and Pond dams. The corporate responsibility subsidiary, 3 Foundation, is requesting items including food, medicines, clothing, water, books, educational materials, soaps, detergents, building materials, and other relief items from the public for the cause.
Part of Media General's morning airtime was devoted to a call of public assistance in aiding victims of the Twin Dam spillage. The response was overwhelming, with individuals driving from distant locations to contribute essential items such as life jackets, bags of water, toiletries, clothes, shoes, and monetary donations.
200 pieces.
200 pieces.
Exactly.
If you're watching us right now, please give them a very big round of applause. They can't hear us, but we know you are clapping. 200 pieces of life jackets. God bless your business.
God bless you too.
And bless you.
We would also want to add 200 pieces of exercise books. This morning when I was watching you, I heard you saying the kids are displaced and they are currently learning under trees.
Yes.
So add that to you. Tomorrow we'll be joining you to Bato as you go and do your donation. So add that to that one.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I bought 20 boxes of spaghetti, 2 bags of rice, and 1 box of sardine, and some clothes and shoes and books.
Okay, Thank you so much.
So yours is the Abena spaghetti.
Abena spaghetti.
Okay, so
Despite the general's response, it is acknowledged that more is needed to support the extended number of affected individuals.
Touched our hearts, and though we are pensioners, we decided to dip into our limited resources and help them in our own small way. We hereby present to the victims 3 trucks of fountain cool water, totaling 1,200 and 200 bags.
God bless you. God bless your kind souls.
Persons who want to donate money can do so through the 3 Foundation Momo number 059-7433-110 with reference Akosombo, or through merchant number 120 494 with the merchant name 3 Foundation. Enquiries about the Dam Spillage Relief Fund can be made through 024312882. Individuals and corporate institutions willing to make donation of items can send them to TV3 premises from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Your contribution holds the power to make a lasting impact. Don't hesitate. Act now and be a part of positive change.
It's fascinating to see how Ghanaians are pouring out their love to one another. So if you're home, you're yet to decide on, please do, and you'll be glad. If you are in Accra or yet to come to Greater Accra, you need to pay particular attention to this story because offices, businesses and shops in the Greater Accra region should not operate on Saturday, the 28th of October, to honor and pave way for the final funeral rites of the late Gamanya, the paramount queen of the Gan state, Na Dede Umaidru III. The Gan traditional state issued the directive to ensure a peaceful funeral.
Na Dede Umaidru III was queen for 59 years and preparations are underway at the Gamanches Palace for the final funeral rites. As part of events in her honor, all commercial activities are to be suspended in the Greater Accra region on October 28.
We hereby announce that on Saturday, 28th October 2023, all commercial activities within Greater Accra will be suspended as a mark of solemn respect and final farewell to our beloved Queen. We acknowledge that this funeral is not merely an event, but a celebration of the cherished values and principles that the late Gamanye upheld.
Funeral Planning Committee urged the Ghana Traditional Council and Ghanaians to adhere to the restrictions to prevent chaos.
For good 59 years. Ni ismo ekume femo ni ismo noya woni egbe shipe mapa gama mu efen fa ke Ghana ma mu efen fa ni wo fen wo ke wo kon awoshishi.
Our queen was peaceful, and that is how we want her funeral to be. Let's all observe calm and unite as one body in her honor.
Wakamuko be ndoko epelemo wakawu kwa be na agba wotu gbajano tu fe na sani wotu nu wakaje woyomu egbe fefo.
The final funeral rites of the late Gamanye, who passed away in December last year, is slated from October 15 to 31.
Stay with us here on News 360. There's more news right after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint as compared to other paint brands on the market. We take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I want fat missy way.
The patcho bantama.
Matias.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me, Judy said we used to Kel 360 toothpaste.
Semikai, Cal 360 toothpaste.
Gaskia, Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onim jom kasa.
Kile Hossein, Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint, gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling ye. Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security goat to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
There are some moments that last forever because they happen only once. Like your very first day, your first day of school, your first successful bike ride. What's your child's next milestone? Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture is here to ensure they smile through it all. Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture has been keeping children smiling for more than a decade by relieving them from gastric pain, flatulence, minor digestive upset, and teeth and discomfort. Now, Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture. Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities of 1,000 cedis and upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. Call Quick Credit today, 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
SoftCare. Protect your leap.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
Welcome back to News 360 on TV3. Time now for business. Michael is with us. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
So we are told that the inclusion rate for people who are seeking insurance has moved up marginally. Is that the case?
Yeah, that's true, and heavily driven by microinsurance. Interesting space.
All right, so let's go into the details.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening. Welcome to the business segment here on News 360. My name is Michael Obodu. Straight into our top story. As Ghana's insurance inclusion rate is currently at 29%, largely due to the significant growth of microinsurance market, according to Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. He made the remarks at the International Conference on Inclusion Insurance, noting the National Financial Inclusion and Development Strategy launched in 2018 was aimed at making financial services more accessible and affordable for everyone in Ghana.
The National Financial Inclusion and Development Strategy, NFIDS, is a comprehensive plan to increase financial inclusion to 85% from 58% by 2023. However, Ghana achieved 95% inclusion in 2021. It focuses on 5 key areas, namely financial stability, access to financial services, financial infrastructure, financial consumer protection, and financial capability. Speaking at the International Conference on Inclusive Insurance, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta was optimistic Ghana will continue to make progress towards increasing insurance inclusion.
Insurance penetration, though, remains low, about 1% in Ghana and some 3% in Africa. The low coverage, of course, stems from perennial issues, public confidence in the industry, inadequate research, and competitive pricing.
He observed climate risks threatening the economy and well-being of Ghanaians.
Africa has, over the last 2 decades, lost over $200 billion due to climate change, and in Ghana alone will require some $4.21 billion at the national level and $8.29 billion from international sources to meet the cost of implementing our adaptation actions according to our NDCs.
Acting Commissioner of Insurance Michael Andor reminded insurers that inclusive insurance hinges on trust. Microinsurance market in Ghana has been driven by a number of factors, including the increasing use of mobile technology and the expansion of partnerships between insurance companies and other financial institutions.
Now, Club Lager has launched its Cheers to Chalice promo, which offers a chance for consumers to win 10,000 cedis for their friends. The promotion is aimed at honoring Club Lager Chalice for their constant support for the brand.
The Cheers to Chalice promo will randomly award 20 winners with 10,000 cedis every Friday at 8 p.m. on TV3.
You just dial *899 *9 hash. *899 *9 hash. Then you check under your crown code. There's a 6-figure that you see under your crown code, whether it's Club Large or Club Mini. You text that 6-figure number to *899 *9 hash, and then you follow the prompt.
Cheers to Chalice is a gesture of appreciation for the community that has made Club Lager a household name.
The selection process is very transparent. This is because it's going to be live on TV3. And so the 20 random winners that will be selected on a weekly basis are going to be selected live on TV3. So everybody will have access to view it.
Lucky winners will redeem a 10,000 cedis cash prize at Accra Brewery PLC located at Graphic Road with a national ID card.
We are celebrating friendship, and in addition to we giving you the opportunity to win 10,000 Ghana cedis for your chalet, we've also renovated a number of outlets that you can go and spend priceless moments with your friend. We call these outlets Club Gold Gardens, and they are all over Ghana. In addition to that, we have our club villages, which we set up at festivals and any big event. So you can just go there, enjoy our live band music, and enjoy value with our promos that we also run during these campaigns.
Now, Guinness Ghana's local raw material sourcing initiative has positively impacted over 370,000 livelihoods by supporting communities by sourcing over 60% of primary inputs locally with a long-term target of 70%.
Input sourcing initiative aims to boost agricultural productivity, reduce rural poverty, and support local economic development.
We started sourcing local raw materials from 12%, and today we've increased that to over 63%. But more importantly, the community value and the livelihoods impacted has really significantly improved. In the last study in 2019, we saw that we had over 30,000 smallholder farmers whose livelihoods had been touched, with a ripple effect of over 250,000 people, dependents within their community, equally benefiting from our local raw material sourcing.
Director for Bureau of Integrated Rural Development at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Ebenezer Owusu-Addo, stated that the local raw material sourcing initiative provides employment opportunities for the youth.
The youth are having an avenue to go into farming, but that can only continue when government creates this kind of enabling environment for local companies to continue to source, their produce locally. And once government does that and creates that enabling environment, then the youth would then have the avenue to go into such ventures. So for me, I would say that this particular local raw material sourcing is creating avenue for the youth.
This initiative is designed to ensure the sustainability of Guinness Ghana and local businesses.
That'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. For more business stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Michael Obudu. Thank you for watching. As always, stay safe. Up next, sports.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security guard to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters.
New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
ECG is now cashless. My studio lights are always on. I never run out of power. With the ECG Power app, I'm able to report an issue, check my credit, buy power, all in real time whenever I need to. I don't worry if ECG vendors are closed. In the comfort of wherever I may be, I still keep my lights on thanks to the ECG Power app. You can simply use mobile money wallets, Visa or MasterCard. It does not attract e-levy. With the ECG Power app, you are totally covered. To download, go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. You don't have a smartphone? Don't worry. No internet? Don't worry. No data? Do not worry. Just dial *226#. This is what I call convenience in your hands. ECG Power app. A yes, simple pa.
In a minute, yo! It's on my nephew. Wow, this place has changed, yo! Yo, Ajwa, look at you all grown up, yo!
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo!
Hey, sister, we the wap Sano and Casa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, name shrimp quite fat.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Adriana de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie. It's delicious, yo!
This advert is FDA approved.
Sports segment is brought to you by Bell Pack Tissues.
Welcome back to News 360. Time now for sports. Yao Ofosu Labi is with us. Champions League is underway.
Yeah, Champions League is underway. Already Bayern have beaten Galatasaray, Inter have beaten Salzburg, and United are playing at the moment. And
that's such a big
Real
name.
Madrid as well.
Galatasaray.
Yes.
At least I got it right.
All right, so let's get into
sports news this evening here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofosu Labi. Now, Bayern Munich outclassed Galatasaray to condemn their 3-1 away victory for the Bavarians extends their winning run in the competition's group stage to 16 matches. Kingsley Coman, Harry Kane and Jamal Musiala were on target for the German side, with Mauro Icardi converting a penalty for Galatasaray. Inter Milan also stretched their home unbeaten record against Austrian opposition at Salzburg to 9 games thanks to a 2-1 victory against Salzburg in Group D. Alexis Sanchez and Hakan Çalhanoğlu scored for the hosts.
Simic, la va bajando Rocco, sigue Simic, aguanta y toca, Kjærgaard, ¡claro que sí!
Right, so more on the UEFA Champions League there, and as you can see on your screen, there's Arsenal who are also leading to against Sevilla away from home. United Copenhagen is still 0-0 in there, and also Real Madrid leading Braga by 1-0, goal scored by Rodrigo. And then Benfica and Real Sociedad also 0-0 at this point. And Napoli also against Union Berlin 0-0. Union Berlin actually scored, but that goal was ruled out by the VAR. Well, let's head into the African Football League now. And Al Ahly booked the first semi-final slots in the African Football League earlier today after drawing 1-1 with Simba at home. The Mamelodi Sundowns also booked their place in the last four at the expense of Petro Atletico de Luanda. Here are the highlights.
Dennis. Kapombe swings it in towards the far post, and it's in. Took a deflection on its way in, and Simba have the all-important breakthrough. Yeah. Sure again. Malul, good chance here for Ali, and they have the equaliser, and it's Mahmoud Karaba turns it home, just like he did in the first leg. The equaliser for 2-2. He's got the equaliser again here.
Right, so that's Ali there, perfect celebration there for the qualification into the semi-final they played at the Cairo International Stadium earlier today. My name is Yao Futilavi. That's all the sports, international news and entertainment. We'll come after the break.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park full of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Where you can take to the skies with max payouts that reach into the millions. All in the palm of your hand. Visit betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet responsibly.
Water is life. Water gives life. Water moves through nature in a never-ending cycle. Observe the beauty of water as it flows all around us, refreshing and restoring. Gaze in wonder at the stillness and beauty of nature. There's harmony in nature everywhere around. Water revitalizes the body and keeps you going strong. Water is life. Water gives life. Drink Awake Purified Drinking Water. One for life. So relax and unwind, and in the calmness of nature, find the rest you desire. For every bottle of Awake you buy, an amount to be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is said to you.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calkits. Happy smile.
Every solution is the right one. Pick the right solution with Vodafone One Business, your all-in-one solutions package for all your business's communication needs. Call 050-777-9000 or email sme@vodafone.com today.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP Lifestyled, Vodafone, Further Together, and powered by 3 Entertainment.
It's now time for entertainment. Anita is here. Anita, welcome.
Thank you, Aisha.
Rocky Dauni is commending Ghanaian artists for the work they've been doing.
Especially because we've been celebrating, their considerations. And he said, we shouldn't be too excited. It's just a consideration, not a nomination for the Grammys. So let's get into the details. My name is Anita Ekia Ekufu, and 3-time Grammy nominee Rocky Dauni is excited that Ghanaian artists are challenging the paradigm with their creativity, and in the spirit of Ghanaian artists submitting their works for Grammy consideration, he advises Ghanaians not to be too excited yet, but keep working together for the betterment of the industry.
We go to come with the wicked sound. Ready for more? We go to kill them with the wicked sound.
Part for me, it's no big deal because everybody in the world is submitting their works now. So, every artist, once you record something, you can submit. So that's what's going on. So I appreciate the excitement, but we should not be excited yet because you have to get nominated in order even to be in the conversation at all, But the beautiful thing is that Ghanaian artists are pushing everywhere. They are creating works that are being heard everywhere. They are challenging the paradigm. They are also working on their craft and learning how to also be able to access different areas of the creative industry, not only within the country, but also without of the country. And it's a beautiful thing to see. And for me, that's what I've always been about us growing a local industry that is based that supports all of us and equally pushes all of us. And equally, we all work for the betterment of all of us.
Ready or not, we go to come.
And Netflix released a trailer for Squid Game: The Challenge, giving the first full look at a highly anticipated reality competition show based on the streamer's 2021 South Korean hit series Squid Game. The challenge is not a matter of life or death, as was depicted in the namesake series. And according to an official synopsis, the series follows 456 contestants who enter the competition show in pursuit of a life-changing reward of $4.56 million. As they compete through a series of games inspired by the original show, plus surprising new additions. Their strategies, alliances, and character will be put to test while competitors are eliminated around them. The award-winning series becomes Netflix's biggest ever series launch. That'll be all for the Entertainment News segment. My name is Anita Ekia Ekufu. Have a good evening.
Let's now take a look at what is happening on the international front.
The UN's agency looking after Palestinian refugees, UNRWA, has warned of a potential end to its aid work in the Gaza Strip. Juliet Toma says if they do not get fuel urgently, they will be forced to halt their operations in the Gaza Strip as of tomorrow, Wednesday night. Al-Rafai listed the essential services supplies are needed for, including the urgent delivery of emergency aid as Gaza rapidly runs out of food and water. Al-Rafai said that there was frustration in not being allowed access to supplies, as the Israeli authorities have claimed that Hamas is stockpiling fuel.
And that's how we bring the bulletin to an end. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Martin Esiedu Date.
I'm Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Good evening.